Okay, so can you tell me about monkeypox? 'Cause I don't know anything about it, and you're saying that it started in Montreal or something?
Well, I did a quick wiki search and they said it's actually been circulating in Nigeria.
Okay. Nigeria. Is it slowly traveling then?
No, it's like a common disease in Nigeria. It's not a new disease. Like you said it was a new disease. It's not a new disease.
Oh, my bad.
Like it's a new disease here in North America. I think Canada, literally, this is the first time in history that we recorded monkeypox.
Oh.
Just like what I've heard from the bird was that someone in Boston got monkeypox and came over to Montreal and they went to the bathhouse and that's where it spreaded.
Okay, so the other thing, this is kind of sidetracking, but it's all gonna tie in the end, is the bathhouse, because I had never heard about that before. I actually had to look it up yesterday after you mentioned what a bathhouse is. So can you explain
Did you like what you see?
it a little better? I was
Yeah, but
interested.
what did you
but,
read when you Googled
I don't know
it?
if I would want to go there. I feel like I would, for some reason, I feel like the vibe would be greasy in there, but maybe I'm totally wrong because I've never been.
But what's a bathhouse? What do they write? What do they write?
It said that it's a place for gay men to go and do whatever activities that they desire with their partner. And there's saunas and steam rooms or something. It sounds very interesting.
So the bathhouse in Montreal is you gotta pay to get in, right? You gotta pay. There's a cover charge.
How much is the cover charge?
Well, it depends if you want a room or not. You can rent out a room for a few hours. So you rent out a room, you put your stuff in the locker, and you just go on about your day in there.
And it also said that it's not supposed to be a place for sex work or anything, because I was wondering about that, but it said that there's not meant to be any exchanges of finances in there. It's meant to be you go with a partner if you want, but there's not really an exchange in there from what I read. But if you've been, maybe you know different.
I never been. I'm a virgin.
You've never been?
No, I'm a little angel. How can I go to a bathhouse?
You told me that you went.
Never.
Wow.
No, but so let me tell you, the bathhouse it's like the wild west. So you can there's no exchange of goods in there. But do you really believe that?
That's what Wikipedia told me, and I obviously believe everything I see on Wikipedia. It's
okay, let's all jokes aside, the bathhouse is it's not just for men. Women can go in there too, but it's basically an environment where you meet people and 99% of the interaction is sexual.
Interesting.
So
would you go alone or would you go with a partner?
I've been alone.
Oh
wait, never mind, I haven't. I'm a virgin. No, but you go in there and the first thing you see is this little this little area, and then you pay, at least the one in Montreal, it's you pay for your cover charge, and they ask you do you want to just go in or do you want to rent a room? Obviously you want to rent a room because you want to put all your stuff in the room and lock it. You don't want people stealing your stuff, because people who are walking around there are mostly naked.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's a very dark dingy area. The one in Montreal has different levels. I think there's 3 stories or 4, but each level is a different theme. There's this one level that's pitch black, dude. Literally there's no light, and you go in there. I feel I don't really like that place because you don't even know who you're touching up against, you know?
What the heck? This is in Montreal. Do they have them worldwide or what? I've never heard about this before. I've been living under a rock or something.
There's one in Calgary, there's one in Edmonton, and I think there's a couple in Montreal. And the one, okay, don't quote me on this, I don't want to get sued for slander, but I did read this on CBC, but the bathhouse that initially broke out in the monkeypox was called G.I. Joe.
What?
It was called G.I. Joe. That's the bathhouse.
And that's in Montreal?
That's in Montreal. I live 10 minutes away from it.
Have you been there?
No.
And this is the one with the pitch black floor or what?
This is the one where they have 3 or 4 stories. The top level is a open terrace, and you can just lay there naked. And I think it was the 2nd or 3rd floor that was pitch black, and it's literally pitch black. You can literally, you see nothing. There might be 1 or 2 lights in the hallway, but that's it. So it's you go in there and it's a free for all. It's a debauchery of just sex, skin to skin, bites the body. Sweaty men.
So strange. That sounds like a nightmare, to be honest. Like, you just don't know what you're getting. I feel like you have to be like pretty trusting to go in there. Like, what if you go in there and somebody just like attacks you?
No, it's respect.
You trust that?
It's respectful, but you
don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah, but every place you go, there's a risk, right? I assume like when you're paying the cover charge. No, because okay, when you're paying for the entrance, I don't remember if this is for Montreal, but in the one in Calgary, they take your ID, like they scan your ID and everything. So it's like they have some sort of security going in there, and it's not like it's super dangerous because they do have people walking around like monitoring to see like if anyone's messed up. And from what I remember, you can't bring your own alcohol, you can't do drugs, and I think you can't be like intoxicated when you went in. I'm not sure, but like you definitely can't bring your own alcohol, and you can't do drugs in the premise. So like there is some rules to it. It's not like you just go in and just like flop out.
Right.
It's not a trap house.
Yeah, I mean, like the pitch black floor seems very sketchy though. Like,
yeah, but you don't have to go up there. You don't have to go up there. Like there's like normal rooms too. Like I remember there was this one section of the house where like there's like a sex swing.
Okay, and this is like only for gay people.
Not specific.
Like they're meant for gay people.
Not specifically, but you can probably go in there if you're straight.
When I read online, it said it's for like gay people only, like men and women, but like not straight people.
Yeah, but like how do they know? They're not gonna ask you in the door like, "Hey, are you gay?"
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like,
okay, so how does this relate to monkeypox?
Because that's where it originated from. So like they were saying. Right now, Canada has not confirmed the origin of the outbreak. Right. They haven't officially said anything, but like the word on the street is that it came from G.I. Joe sauna in Montreal. Like, that's where it initially broke out in Canada. The monkeypox pandemic.
Are people talking about it a lot in Montreal?
Nobody's talking about it.
I haven't really heard about that much.
No. Do you know why no one's talking about it?
Why?
Because like, okay, I don't know if this is for me, but there's like, you know how like everything is very politically correct now?
Yeah, you have to be careful what you say.
So like right now, the media is. This is what I've heard. The media is being really careful about talking about it because a lot of the cases that are active right now are from men, and they are from the gay community. Like that's not me trying to put like any stigmatization on any group of people or gender. It's just like it's the fact. Like right now, the majority of the monkeypox cases are from men, and they are from the gay community.
But how would you know that? Like, are they asking people like their sexual orientation? Like, how do you know?
Okay, that's
like the same thing as when you're going into the club. Like, they're not going to ask you. So, like, where is this information coming from? Like, do you believe that? And, like, why do you believe that?
I'm assuming is that they probably, when they take the test, like, when you go into the doctors, like, when you get monkeypox and diagnosed, they probably ask you, like, a history of, like, oh, what did you do? Or, like, what was your recent activity? Like, what kind of person you had in contact with? Like, sexual activity. Like, when you get, like, STDs, they probably ask you all those questions about how you, like, where you been and, like, all that. So, like, a lot of it,
yeah,
that's where I assume they're getting their facts from.
I guess so. Like even with COVID, like they do a lot of like background and like they want to
like they trace the trail. Yeah, exactly.
They like go to the location. So yeah, so they're being careful about like saying that on the news is what you're saying. So like on the news, are they just like talking about an outbreak in Montreal, but they're not giving details about like where it came from and stuff?
Well, they haven't confirmed the origin of the outbreak, but like, I don't know. I haven't heard much about it. Except like you should, like, they're saying like you can get it anywhere. You can even get it from like touching things that are contaminated by a person who has monkeypox. Is it really like that, or are they just like covering all bases where it's like, you know what, right now the majority of the cases are from this community, from this group of people, so like maybe we should address that instead of being so weary of like saying the wrong thing, because you're also doing that group of people no favor. I was reading somewhere about the stance of the LGBT community where someone was like, from the LGBT community, they're saying like, why are people so afraid to say like, you know, this is a real issue in the gay community, instead of burying it and like covering it up. Let's educate people, you know. Maybe like you shouldn't be doing this and this at this moment or at this place because this is where we confirmed the outbreak to be. By not releasing all the information, or like by like hushing it away, you're doing that group of people dirty as well.
Yeah, like I don't know much about that situation in particular, but like in general, I feel like the truth will set you free, you know. And like the more open you can be about knowledge, the more you can like disconfirm the false facts and like find out the truth. truth so that you can like actually help people and like get to the root of it, you know? Like we shouldn't be afraid of having conversations as long as we know that the intention of people is to is pure, you know, and good. I think that that's like the main problem, is that like people don't want to say the wrong thing because they are trying to protect people from like minority groups or whatever.
Yeah, but are they
or,
really
like,
trying to protect
endangered
people?
communities?
Are they really trying to protect people, or are they trying?
Maybe.
Are they just trying to? Are the media just trying to cover their own asses because they don't want to get canceled?
How would that cancel the media?
Because if a media reports the facts and like start reporting like as is, like then some people's gonna feel a certain way where it's like, oh, you're stigmatizing these people and like you're putting like a negative image on this group of people, and then that media will get like all sorts of cancellation.
So you're saying that the media is not what's trying to protect the people, but
No.
like in general, maybe the media is afraid of society, and society is trying to protect groups of people.
I don't think the media is too much concerned about like protecting the LGBT community, but like I think they're just more concerned about covering their own asses. Because if you really want to protect the community, like you said before, knowledge is power. Let's let the people decide what is fake news.